Hey guys, and welcome to the last video for this year. I hope you had really nice holidays. If you don't celebrate anything, then I hope you had a really chill week. Before we start, I just want to mention that this is gonna be a chatty video, so if you don't really care for these sort of videos and you just want to look at art, then yeah, feel free to turn off the sound and just put on some music. I did a sketch yesterday, and the idea behind this was pretty much just to draw a really chunky and colorful scarf. That was the first thing that popped into my mind, a scarf with these colors. So I did a quick line art sketch, and here's how I made the sketch. And I already made a color, I don't know what to call it, a mock-up, just some test colors in Procreate to see if this would work. And my initial idea was to make everything a bit darker and then make the colors really bright. So I did this test phase on this scrap piece of paper. This is the paper that I'm gonna be using. It is the Hahnemühle bamboo, and I really like this paper, but I haven't been using it in a while. So that's why I wanted to try out a bunch of stuff on this tiny piece of paper. So I did some outlines with, where did I put it? With acrylic gouache. This is by Holbein, and first I did the outlines with it, and then I did some watercolor, and then I tried some colored pencils, and then I went in with gouache, so that's why it looks a bit muddy and weird. This was really just a reminder for me on how this paper takes different things. My initial plan was to make everything very dark and make the scarf really bright and make the colors pop a lot. But now that I've tried a bunch of stuff, and even though this face definitely isn't perfect and it's not completely what I had in mind, but the general tone of it, like the darkness compared to the scarf, is what I was planning to do. But now that I look at it, I feel like maybe the face should be a lot simpler, a bit softer, and definitely a lot brighter, so it's the brightest and most desaturated part of this illustration. Okay, so I'm just gonna move everything aside and start tracing now. This video is probably gonna be a bit dark and the light is gonna be a bit shit, and there's a lot of glitter on my sweater. I'm just gonna put a candle into frame and pretend like this isn't shitty lighting. This is a very cozy and warm atmosphere. It was exactly what I was going for in this video. Yeah, I'm just gonna start tracing now. I'm not gonna film. The fuck are all of these I've been doing? So I'm not gonna film the tracing part because it's tracing, it's pretty boring, but yeah, I'm just gonna trace now. See you in a second. So cozy. Yeah, I need to put this away. It's gonna give me headaches. I am done with the tracing. You probably can't see shit right now because of the light, but before I start doing the outlines, I need to take care of something first, because this has been driving me crazy. So I got this cheap small drawing, what are these called? Drawing stand off of Amazon. But here's the thing, like there's this bit down here, and I think this is supposed to be like for you to put things on it, like, I don't know, a pencil or something, or an eraser, right, when you draw. But I really like to put my hand on this thing when I draw, so this thing always gets in the way and it is annoying me. So now I need to just screw it off and put it on the other side, so that it doesn't get in my way anymore. And I do realize that this is the wrong screwdriver, but I don't care. I don't feel like looking for a different one. Let's just hope I don't mess this up. I'm just gonna stabilize it with my chin. Also, here I am with my freshly done nails again, deciding that this is the best time to mess them up immediately. No, I'm probably gonna need to get this.
It's voiceover Claude here, and before we get into a bit more of my personal stuff, I just want to let you know about the process for this painting. So I wanted to do only the outlines with acrylic gouache, as I mentioned, but I ended up doing pretty much the whole face with it. And once I was done with the layer of acrylic gouache, I then went in with colored pencils and applied a bit shadows and highlights and a bit more color. I also used a bit of gouache, and once I was done with that, I then applied a thin layer of watered down white acrylic gouache over everything. And after that I did just a couple more details with the acrylic gouache. The scarf was made with acrylic gouache, the details and the outlines, and then I did only a flat wash of watercolor on top of everything. That's pretty much it, pretty simple. So I want to talk a bit about my year, because this has been definitely a crazy year. A lot of things have changed for me. Now at the end of the year, my life looks completely different than it did at the beginning of the year, and especially the last half year I was feeling just all over the place. I did talk a bit about my struggles in the last couple of videos, and I didn't really talk about the main big reason why I was struggling so much. As I mentioned, I'm not really sure how comfortable I am with sharing my life on the internet. Well, I guess I kind of need to get over this. So I quit my job a couple of months ago. I quit my job in June, and at the beginning of August I was unemployed, and within this short period of unemployment I was putting together a business plan, because I wanted to apply to this, I don't know what to call it, a program I guess, where I would be financially supported for half a year to start self-employment. So I did the business plan, and it was a lot of paperwork. I had to pull a lot of numbers out of my butt and just sound like I know what my plan is and know what I'm doing. And yeah, I did this business plan and I sent it off. So then October happened, and I think the main reason why I decided to do this October marathon was because I really needed to distract myself, because I was waiting for the answer. I was waiting to know whether I would get into the program or not. So I did get in, and I am self-employed now since the end of October. Yeah, that was really the main reason why I was just going a bit crazy, because now I'm a business now, and this is really weird because I have no idea what I'm doing. I've been employed in the company that I used to work for around 10 years. So for 10 years I've been told when to get to work and what to do and when to talk and when to shut up, and now there's nobody next to me tell me all of these things, and yeah, I'm just confused and scared, and because this was a pretty big step for me. I've been thinking about it for a while. I mean, not about self-employment, but I wasn't very happy in my company for a really long time, and I don't want to get too deep into this topic. I'm probably gonna do a whole video about it eventually, because yeah, it's a 10-year long story. Oh, and also I got married last week, which is also something that I never thought I would do, but here I am. And my boyfriend, or my husband and I have been together for 13 years, and marriage was just never anything that we had a lot of interest in. It just always seemed like really a whole lot of stress for not much changing. And we actually just got married because we wanted to save some taxes. Which is, yeah, it's very romantic. I know our wedding was also super romantic. We went into the town hall and we signed the papers, and we were in and out in about 5 minutes, I think. And yeah, we took a nap and watched some Netflix the rest of the day. So yeah, this was a really eventful year for me. At the beginning of the year I moved, and then a couple months after that I quit my job, and a couple months after that I put this business plan together. A couple months after that I was self-employed. A couple months after that I got married, and I'm just really tired. So I'm going to try and share a bit more about this personal stuff, because it might be interesting, I guess, to people that are thinking about being self-employed and starting their own business. I mean, right now I really can't tell you anything about it, like what you should and shouldn't do, because I have no idea. I'm gonna find out as I go. And the weird thing is that even though I just started my self-employment for a couple of weeks now, these were also the couple of weeks that I was the most unproductive, or at least felt the most unproductive. And I think it was just this paralyzing fear of, oh God, what have you done? Are you crazy? You gave up a secure paycheck every month for who the fuck knows what's gonna happen.
Okay guys, so this is it. This is the finished illustration, and I think it's pretty cute. I did smudge it here a bit, which is annoying, but I can live with that. So I did crop this. Wait, do I have the sketch here still somewhere? Oh yeah, here it is. So this was the original sketch, and I did crop it a bit. And now that I'm looking at this, I feel like I maybe could have made this even more into a square. I feel like this part is kind of unnecessary if it's just a bit hinted like this. It would still do. I really like how the face turned out. I think it's really soft and I like this desaturated look. I generally really like to do this layer of acrylic paint, or in this case acrylic gouache. I'm really happy with this. I enjoyed this a lot. I did add the dots off camera actually just now because I think it was a bit too much white space. So let me just flip the camera and my face can make a guest appearance. So yeah, this was my year, and I just want to apologize for the weird light in this video. I know it's constantly changing. I did start this in the afternoon, and then I continued working on this the next day while it was still daylight. So there's a constant change with the light, and I'm gonna try to even it out in editing, but it's definitely not gonna be perfect. My PC broke like around 2 weeks ago, shortly before I uploaded my last video. I changed the settings on my camera, and I was hoping that it would give me better quality videos, which it did a bit, but it also kind of made my PC flip out a bit. So I couldn't really edit anymore. It was constantly crashing, and then I got a new one, bought Adobe Premiere, which is what I use for editing. Still kept crashing. Now I'm using a different editing software, so it's all new and the grading looks really complicated. So I'm gonna give my best. I hope that I'm gonna improve quickly with this new editing software. And yeah, I hope I didn't come off too negative, you know, with this whole me freaking out about self-employment thing. I am in a really I'm actually in a really very privileged situation right now, because I don't have to worry about my finances, which I still do. And even if my financial situation with my business doesn't look very good by the end of this program, I can still get a part-time job and continue doing this. I'm really sorry that I've been so timid with talking about personal stuff now. In the last video I'm just like, what? This is my life. Look at it. It's a bit embarrassing to be like, yes, I am a business now. I do feel that I can live off of my art, but also I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm 31 now, and I always thought that once I hit my 30s, I would have shit figured out. I would know who I am and what I want in life. I would be a super confident woman. And yeah, but I'm also really excited about this new part of my life. Even if this doesn't work out, or it doesn't work out as I would think, and if I'm gonna have to look for a new job in a couple of months, then so be it. I'm still really happy about my life changing, because I haven't been that happy with my life choices, and now I'm finally changing something about it. So thanks for keeping me company this year, and thanks for listening to all of this, and thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't yet, if you're interested in see you in the next year, guys. Bye.